Hi, Murshidah. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Huda. Thanks for having me. So excited to be here.
I'm so excited too because this is our first Facebook Live, and no one better person for us to have than you. So thank you so much
Oh,
for being the first. So for Fearless Fempreneurs, this is our series of online webinars and also online training. So we are doing both on two platforms. So go live on IG Live, which we have just done just now at 2 p.m. And now here we are at Facebook Live at 4 p.m. with Murshidah Said. So I have with me today Murshidah. Okay, let me read her wonderful profile. So Murshidah Said is the founder of Love and Respect Transformation Center, and she is also the feminine leadership community leader. I'm so blessed to have her here because she's also my mentor, and she has taught me so much over the past 1 month actually that we've worked together. But I've known Murshidah for so long. We've gone way back, yeah, and she has a lot of things to share, a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge to share that I believe women entrepreneurs out there would definitely benefit from. So Murshidah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
okay. Well, my name is Murshidah. I am Singaporean. I currently live in Kuala Lumpur, and I've been in business since 1997. I remember that was coming out from corporate, where I was, I was used to doing work in a certain way, and basically, when I started my business in 1997, I started working from home. I think I was one of the first people who actually started a business from home. And it's an event company that I started, and it's an event management company that I started. And since then, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of experiences that I've gathered along the way, some good, some painful, but they're all amazing learnings. And right now, I run a coaching company, a training company, as well as a social conscious business called Love and Respect Training Transformation, which has a one help one model. Every training, every coaching client that I get actually contributes to the mindset and skill set development of a refugee here in Malaysia. So
That's lovely. Yeah, it goes to show, like, you have a lot of experience. You've got a lot of a lot of knowledge behind all of this since 1997. That's definitely a very long time. Yeah, okay. Just been notified that there is actually a technical glitch right now. So give me like one
sure,
second while we try to
go
fix
ahead.
this. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Go ahead and fix it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's okay. Let's just continue. On Mushida's side is fine. Yes. Okay. All right. Can we continue? All right. So let's just continue. So sorry about that to cut your flow.
No, it's okay. But I hope everybody has got the gist of what our message was just now. I think
Lovely.
yes, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, I think yes as well. Hopefully, all of you here who are listening in, and as you go through this whole life with us, if you have any questions for Mushida, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we will bring it up on the screen at the earliest possible timing. All right. Okay, so Mushida, as you were sharing with us, like you have so much experience coming in on your whole business. Like, how did this business idea got started in the first place? Like, what inspired you?
You mean when I first started business back in
Yes.
1997? Is that how long
Yeah.
it was? Okay, back in 1997, I just found that I was working for a big multinational company. It was one of the top international multinational exhibition producing company organizing companies, and they do amazing stuff. And I found that there was a little group of people that was actually ignored or not serviced, and these people have been asking me to assist them to organize events. And these are people from the small medium businesses. They also want to do marketing, they also want to get clients, and they also want to organize events, and they have a certain kind of budget which the big companies do not have, in the millions or in the hundreds and thousands of dollars that they don't have, but they also desire the same thing. So I've been getting a lot of requests also along the way, and at that time, I just felt that I also wanted to do more. Actually, the reason why I left was not to start my own company. I wanted to do more good because I felt like I was being very hardened. I was spending a lot of time at work, and I come home to sleep, and that was all I do. Is either I go out with partying with my colleagues at that time, or I'd be working, and there was hardly enough time to nurture my spiritual. So the reason why I left corporate for a while was that I wanted to just heal and do some charity work to get myself aligned. But when I left, I got all these calls that asking me to assist them to organize events because they knew of my experience. And that's why I said, okay, I'll work from home. I'll start a small company where, I do freelance on the side. And that was what I did. I started getting one client, and their budget is small. According small, it's like 30 to $50,000 a budget, which is, if I were to do it by myself, it's quite substantial, right? So I had one client, and then after that I got more people saying, oh, Murshidah is now on her own, and they outsource. Big companies started to outsource certain parts of their event management to me, for me to just handle, whether it's handling speakers or whether it's handling travel, or just admin work or something like that. So that was how I started my business. It is to add value to a group of people. And then somehow it grew and grew, and about 2 years later I invited another partner along, and that was how we got even bigger. So that was the beginning of how I started my business.
That's actually a very inspiring story. I think looking back at your whole journey since the year 1997 all the way until today, and the year is 2020, it's definitely amazing to see, the whole journey that you have gone through. And you have this amazing idea, the concept of moving yourself from being a princess to becoming a queen. What does the term princess mean, and how can you convert yourself from becoming a princess to become a queen?
I love this topic, Huda. And the reason why I love this topic is because I only learned about this last year. I also have a mentor regarding my money mindset, especially because I've been in business long, and I noticed there was a certain pattern that I was attracting. I was not attracting the ideal clients that I want, that I desire. I wasn't sure where my business was going to go. I knew where I wanted it to go, but it didn't seem to be going the way that I wanted to. So that's where I hired a coach and a mentor, and my mentor is Gina Devi, operating out of United States, and I learned this mindset of queen from her, and that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this whole idea, behavior, and incorporating that queen behavior, queen mindset, in order for you to be able to really control your life and your business. Now, the princess is something that we are also used to, right? When you grow up, your parents dote on you and they call you princess. And when you, as a young girl, right? You doted on, you're given stuff, you cry a little bit, you sulk a little bit. People give you stuff, and they say, "Oh, you're so cute," and all that kind of thing. That's where the princess mindset starts. And when this princess grows up, and she also has this vision of what is success, because we're fed with massive fairy tales on princesses, the lifestyle of princesses. When you are saved by a prince, you'll be living happily ever after. When you're saved by something that happens, somebody saved you from some bad environment, then you'll be successful. So it comes into that mindset in all of us, where we think that if somebody give this to me, then I'll be successful. If only I have this, then I'll be successful. And that was what I realized I was. I always thought, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman, but I didn't realize that I was also a princess. Now, the princess mindset, when it comes to adulthood, some people, they carry this mindset. If only I have a grant, then I can start my business. Oh, I didn't win that grant. I pitch and I work, and I didn't get that grant. Another company get that grant. I'm going to close my business. So it comes into that belief system in a lot of women as well. And that includes me. If only the economy picks up, if only the COVID-19 didn't happen, then, I'll be successful. Then my business will go on as usual. If only my husband has a job. If only my husband is a rich man, then, I'd be so lucky. So it is all of this princess mindset that puts you in a very disempowering position, where you believe because and if only something is given to you, then you'll be successful. And it is a very unconscious belief. And a lot of people think it's true. What when the economy picks up, then only can you be successful. What but again, it's like if you go into the mindset of a queen will ask a different set of questions. Okay, so this happened. What can I do? What can I do in my control and in my power and in my connection with the Almighty? What can I do to pivot this around? What can I do to make this change? I see a lot of abuse happening in the community. What can I do in my queenly mindset in order for me to transform this or share this knowledge so that this thing does not happen again? A princess will blame, sulk, and complain. A princess will say, I've done everything. I've done everything. It doesn't work. I've tried already. I know everything already. I don't need anymore. That is a princess mindset that keeps a lot of people stuck. And when I took control of that mindset and I admitted that, yes, I am a princess. Yes, it has not been helping me in my life, in my relationships, and in my business. I'm now ready to step up and be queen. That was when I started to see real change in money. I wasn't making baby money anymore. I wasn't making small, money that keeps you in struggle all the time. I started to dream big. I started to create big. I started to make real impact. And that is where the difference from the princess to the queen mindset is. Yeah, and it's not about age. There are a lot of people my age who are still princesses. I was a princess and I was like 48 last year, right? So I was a princess last year. So, it's not about age. You can be a queen at the age of 15 when you take control of your life and take responsibility and create personal power within yourself.
I like
Hello,
this
Nora.
concept. Yes, hi
Yes.
everyone.
Hello,
Hi
Faiza.
Gary. Hi Nora. Hi Faiza and McKing. Thanks so much for joining us. Yes, so this whole concept of princess versus queen is also something that I would say I have been guilty of as well. What you have just mentioned, that if only. So all those if only is a situation where you also don't know the answer to it, until the actual situation happens. So why bother thinking about it, and instead just do something that's within your control, like what you mentioned, so that you can move your business forward. So one of the things that I recently hear a lot from the women entrepreneurs that that I speak to in my community as well, the things that they like to say during this whole COVID-19 situation is just that, oh, but COVID happened. And they also say like, oh, I don't know how life is going to be like now. I've got my children at home. I cannot handle the business. I can't do a lot of the things that I wanted to do. So just like what you have mentioned, I think that is a setback in terms of the mindset, because if it's within your control, you can make arrangements, right? What do you have to say for that?
Absolutely. And that is only when you are in that position of queen, that mindset of queen, that taking personal responsibility as a queen in your being, and that is where you can take control and take back the power. Because either if you're not being queen in your lives, you're being a princess or a victim or a dragon or a self-sacrificing person. So it is all about, and that is all at being at a very disempowering position. Being in a position of queen is where you are more empowered. We talk about women's empowerment all the time. We talk about entrepreneurs being empowered entrepreneurs and all that all the time. But to really embrace the meaning of empowered and to be able to really put that into your whole being, and it takes effort, Huda. It is not like something that can happen overnight. Things come out. The princess will come out. The victim will always come out. The self-sacrificing character in your your being still comes out, because it is all this programming and all these beliefs that we have gathered in the past. But because like what you are doing, which is an amazing platform, you have a community. The community is the one where, when all of these beliefs, when all of these queens all come together, that's where the support comes in. That's where the transformation comes in, because of the support that's given to transform to be queen. Yeah.
That's true. If you were to summarize all of these things that you have just mentioned, right, what would you say is like the definition of a princess versus the definition of a queen?
Okay. The definition of a princess would be somebody who is not in control. They're hoping, wishing, and things should have. You know, they should. I should do this. I should. That is the mindset of the princess. The princess is also somebody who's like always. They feel like they're always the victim. They're not. Nobody's doing them any service. People, your clients are not coming. That kind of thing, and they complain about their clients. You know, there's not good enough people out there. People don't have money. So these are all beliefs of a princess because they want things to fall on their lap as they wish, but without going for it no matter what. Whereas in the queen mindset, the queen entrepreneur is somebody who is heart-centered, somebody who's connected to the Almighty, who is highly spiritual, and who knows and has faith that that there's always a solution to every problem. It is not the end of the road. It is somewhere where they need to find the other pavement or the other direction that will bring them to their goal. So the queen is somebody resourceful. The queen is somebody faith who has a lot of faith in the Almighty. The queen is also highly positive and hopeful. The queen is benevolent. The queen knows and easily forgives because she knows people make mistakes as well. And the queen is very purposeful. She sets her boundaries. She knows what she wants in her life. She can say no when she really means no. She will say yes when she really means yes, and she takes full responsibility of things that happen in her life, and she goes for it no matter what, without complaining and hoping something will fall on her lap, not wishing or wanting, but actually going for it. And that is the position of queen. And yeah, that's exactly how a successful entrepreneur is, because otherwise you may have, and I've seen this happen, Huda, where people they pitch, they know how to pitch, they can pitch in front of investors, and they get tons of money. Yeah, they get tons of money. And then after that, it was like they can't handle it. The values are all wrong. They start to argue. They don't set boundaries with their partners, and everything falls apart. And that's where they start blaming here, backstabbing here, putting other people down publicly and all that, and becomes very, very ugly. So that is not a position of queen. When what a queen, if even if she makes mistakes, she'll own up and she will apologize, and she say, I want to do better. I have no idea what. Please help me. She's not afraid to say that. Or if she says, I have an idea, this is what I'm going to do. Will you come with me? This is the position of queen. So she is not somebody who runs away from mistakes, or blames people, and not taking full responsibility of her life, and is not in control of her life. That is where she loses her power. So a queen is someone very much in her power. And she's a benevolent queen. She's not just about self. A queen is somebody who looks around and says, look, I have created all this wealth. I have this knowledge. Who else can I help? Because I know there are other people who also go through what I have gone through, and they are trying to find a solution. So a queen goes out and looks out and reaches out to those people. And this is what I tell my I share with the women in my community. Your customers are out there. They are looking for the solution that you can give. You have the solution. You've done it. You've gone through the path. You have the answers. You know how it's done. Just very simply, like you right now, you've done this Be Life thing. I have no idea what it is. You're one step ahead of me. You can teach me that. So again, all you benevolent queens out there, you have something that people out there need. It is just for you to be able to reach out, talk to them, and never give up. Do not be a princess. A princess will say, oh, I already made one life. Nobody say hello. It's all a fail. It's so difficult. And they give up and they stop fulfilling their purpose, and they stay as a victim or a mother or a princess, and they never become queen, which is very sad, because we're all made to be queens. Actually, we are all queens.
Well, that's lovely. It's so inspirational, and I think it's also motivational to hear this coming from you who have experienced it. You know how you jumped yourself from becoming a princess and also moving forward to become a queen. So now I'm actually going to open the floor for questions. So throughout this whole live, any one of you, for those of you who are listening in and watching on live, feel free to drop in your questions for Mushida, so that she can answer and respond to that. So now, while we wait for the questions to come in, when you were talking when you were sharing with me just now, one of the things actually popped up, which was this idea that you have to be close to the Almighty. You have to be, that even though everything that's going on in your life and things like that, you still need to know where you need to go to. Can you comment a little bit about the concept of source that you have shared before in our community? Yeah.
Yes, for me, it's so simple. We have a direct connection with our Almighty. We are created for a purpose, and the best to first ask for any help is Him, is the Almighty, before you ask anybody else. And when you are connected, as entrepreneurs who are spiritual, highly spiritual, when you are connected to Source, I call Allah, or Source, or our Almighty. I mean, I use this term. Some of you say God, or it doesn't matter. It is God. It is our Almighty. When you are connected with a higher power, and you ask Him, who am I supposed to serve? What am I supposed to do? You know me better than I do. When you get connected to Source, your heart opens up. You are actually connecting to a higher power, and this is where the spirit is, and where your intuition is. Even if you listen to spiritualists, or even I even work with some psychologists also. They say go and pray, go and pray, ask, or meditate. That's where you get a connection with God, and also you get your intuition, the hints that you get in your life through intuition, and that's where you get certain directions in your life. And a lot of my business ideas, a lot of the people that I get connected to, I do look out for them. I do speak when I post on my Facebook or on my lives, and when I write in my emails. I do speak to those people that I desire as my ideal clients. But I always ask God, please show me who they are. Please guide me with the words that I'm supposed to be saying to them, right? And that is where it comes from Source. It comes from your intuition. It comes from like, oh, this message is so important. I got to talk about this. Oh, this message is so important. This is part of my package. This is who I got to talk to. This is my ideal client. I want exactly this kind of person to work with. And this is where you get all your messages, actually. And that's where you are guided in your packaging, in your the words, how much you're going to charge. It's deeper than just using your head. I mean, we can all use our head. We can learn and read books, go on the internet and come up with a package. But from my experience, when you are connected to the Almighty, and you can feel it in your body that this is right, you can feel it, as opposed to I think it should work. The results can tell. You can tell the results.
I love this so much. I think it's so important for you to know that you are put on this place, you were put on earth for a reason, like your purpose and your being. Okay, sometimes you find it a little bit later in your life, but there's still a purpose behind why you are here. So for those women out there who are listening in, men as well, I've got some men on listening in as well. All business owners, businesses, when you are listening and trying to find your purpose, this is the time for you to actually look back, reflect, and think, why are you here on earth? Like, what is the purpose behind it? This is such an important concept. Yeah, so I strongly believe in this. Okay, we're going to open the floor for question. If there's any questions, feel free to write it down on the chat, on the comments below. You can let
Yeah,
us
Nora
know.
said we are all made to be queens. Yes, we are all made to be queens. Yeah. So don't leave this earth as a victim or a princess. Yeah.
So Nora
What is
has
the
a
first step?
question. Mm.
What is the first step to be queen? Very good question. The first step to be queen, he said, "Yes, I am queen." All right, that means you take that, you take that power inside of you. Yes, you made a decision. What can I do now? Right. So first, step by step, tap into your strengths. Step into like, what is it that I have done? Acknowledge all the amazing things you have done in your life, and say, "Hey, I've done this. This is." I thought I couldn't do this before, but hey, I did it. So acknowledge all your strengths and be able to focus on who you can help, or who you have helped before. That really made you feel like, wow, I didn't realize that when I did this, that person was so grateful and so happy, right? So then you'll know what you are meant to serve, and if it lights you up, if it's the message that you have done or the work that you have done that really lights you up, then that is what you are meant to be, right? And always know that, acknowledge yourself that you are queen, that you have the ability to serve your people, you have the ability to help your people, you have the ability to create things. You just need to find other queens or kings that you can collaborate with, work with, and be able to add more value to others. And it starts with the position of abundance mindset as well. A queen cannot be scarcity mindset. A queen, once you are in scarcity mode, you become a dragon. The dragon will kill people. They believe that by killing, I can be in power. That is on a very scarcity mindset position. So you will see there are some people who think, in order for me to be in control and to be respected, I must put down people and tell them who's boss. That I have to show that I am able to kill you, but I won't, because that sort of thinking. So that comes from a space of scarcity. That is not being queenly. A queenly believes in abundance. She believes in more than enough. So it is a whole mindset shift, heart shift. And it all starts with you yourself, and you know what is going on in your own mind. Got king,
Okay.
yeah, got king, and
Yes.
then if no king, if no king, how got queen? Must have both king and queen. And you know what, king, in order for a man to be a king, a queen deserves only a king. A queen will not have someone lesser than a king. And you know what I noticed about myself when I step into my queen, right? My king started to appear, and it's not a new king, it is my same king I've been married to for many years. He stepped up, and it's like, it's amazing when the energies come together, and we work better together, when the mindset is both king and queen. Yes.
All right, let's take a look at Nuru's question. Nuru's comment over here. Start believing that we are queen. Yes, please, we need to.
You
Definitely.
are. You are Queen Huda, for sure. I know you are. You know?
Okay, let's see. Oh yes, Mike King mentioned something that's quite interesting over here. He said that true, we must have purpose before we can empower people's lives. Definitely,
Absolutely.
purpose is really important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've got another question for you, which I will show up over here. Okay, Zil. Okay. What are some of your tips that you can share with us in regards to becoming a queen for the fempreneurs that are watching?
All right. I believe you should stay in a tribe that is supporting your purpose, right? Huda has an amazing tribe here. And I would like to encourage you to look at what she has to offer in the tribe. And it is so important to stay in the right community vibe, right? To bring you to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. Um, there are a lot of maybe some, I wouldn't want to say toxic, but there are some negative communities out there with the intentions that may not serve your purpose. Only find the right communities that really fulfill your purpose, and you can feel it in your heart. You can feel it in your heart. You know, this is the friends that you want, the people you want to grow with, the people you want to travel with. And I say look out for a good community, and you got to stay in that community and grow with it, yeah, at the same time. And then also for you to step up to be queen, you got to take personal responsibility. Start taking personal responsibility and say, yes, I am queen. I am able to lead my life. I'm going to start with my calendar. I am not going to be overwhelmed. That enough is enough. I am going to be able to create all of these things with the time that God has given me already in a day. It is how about you organizing your time. Be a benevolent queen as well, right? That means don't just focus on yourself. It's, a queen also activates the law of giving and receiving. She does not drain herself by giving to others only and not giving to herself. You must give yourself. Take time off. Self-care is so important. Make sure you're fed and you have enough sleep, and your health is taken care of, and that you are loved. Don't take anything less out of, love. Be loved. And if you say, oh, I've got nobody in my life right now, if you live alone, you go love yourself, right? God loves you, so there's love. No, not to worry. You are loved. Know that you are loved. And also work around your take control of your business. Start looking out your finances. And this is something sometimes what I notice about fempreneurs, including myself, right? uh, we're so afraid of looking at the numbers, because you get, oh my god, I get so stressed out looking at bills and all that. So you gotta take a look at that and see where your money goes out, how much money has to come in. And that's where you're very focused on, okay, how can I get, why do I need to get this money? What money will go where there's a purpose. Why do you need this money? It's because of what that you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing amazing stuff with your business. You're going to do these offers. You're going to help these people, and that requires money. So how much money do you have to start to create? How are you going to go for it? How are you going to get that money? And that's where, when you are focused on your why and your purpose, the money will go where there is purpose. You will create your money. You will not get shy going on live and, oh, I don't know what to say. When you are in that mode, that means your why is not big enough, right? So like I'm just gonna say something about Huda here, the founder of Fempreneurs. Yeah, she is someone who's like, when she got into my community, welcome packet was done on the first day, and then she set an appointment the same next day, and then after that we had a coaching call, and then it's like, yes, she started creating her lives, blah blah blah, and it went so fast. She's doing things so fast, and I can see that, she's getting into her queen. So this is exactly what a queen does. She takes full responsibility. She does not make excuses. She just goes for it no matter what. And there's problems, she asks for help. She's not afraid to run away and not asking for help, or be too embarrassed to ask for help, because that is not what a queen is. Yeah. So be mindful of the emotions. If it does not add value to your purpose as a queen, yeah, you get rid of it. All those fears, all those negative self-talk, all those what will people think about me kind of thing. So go where there's a money will go where there's a purpose. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Murshidah, for that. I'm going to take one last question from Nora here. So she asked me the question. Okay, she asked, what were your challenges starting your community and how did you overcome it? I would say that, this is a very good question. It is, yes. So I would say that when you're starting out, the biggest challenge when you're starting out is believing that you can actually do it. So when I wanted to do the community, I wanted to build my community, I had 1,001 self-doubt in my mind, thinking like, oh, who's gonna buy? It's something that is so familiar. So many people have already taught it. Oh, you can Google even it. So I keep telling myself all these kind of things until one moment I was like, no, enough is enough. I really have to remember why I'm doing this in the first place, and I remember that I'm doing this because if I can impact one life, amazing. If I can impact 10 lives, amazing. If I can impact 10,000 lives, that's even better. So the point here is that just get started lah. Like don't even bother thinking about the doubts that come in your mind. Just get started. Get moving anyway. Just like doing this live today, I had some technical issues. Yeah, Murshidah cannot hear me. I can hear Murshidah, but Murshidah couldn't hear me. But I was like, no, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to figure it out. Yes. So that's like the mindset that I guess you need to have. And that's exactly what Murshidah has mentioned also just now, that you cannot give yourself excuses. You should just do it. Try first, and then later on you see how can you improve yourself from there. Yeah. I hope that answers.
Absolutely. You're amazing. Yay.
Thank you. Okay, so Murshidah, how can the listeners and the viewers here get in touch with you?
Okay, we have I think there is a discovery call form. You can get in touch with me there, book a call, and we'll be very happy to talk to you and share with you our vision or our community, how we mentor people to get to their 20K months, and also to create a social impact, because we believe in entrepreneurs leaving a legacy. I know a lot of people say, what is the purpose of business? It is to create profits. Yes, but what are you going to do with those profits? And that is where we come in. Create profits and do good with those profits. Of course, be queen along the way. You're not going to be a self-sacrificing entrepreneur where your money is actually just to serve others and not to serve yourself. We believe in self-care. We believe in you being queen. We believe in abundance. So get rich and help others, at the same time. That's where we come in, and be in a community of like-minded conscious business people as well, who aim to do big in the world and to make changes, not talk about it, but to actually do and make the changes.
Lovely. So if you want to get in touch with Murshidah, I'm going to leave the link that Murshidah has just mentioned inside the replay version of this. So I'll also drop it in the comments for those people who are watching live. And I want to thank Murshidah so much for making your time here to share with us the concept and the topic of being a queen, and that every single one of us watching and listening in must convert ourselves to becoming a queen. Yeah, we need to have that drive, that tenacity, and that belief that we have what it takes to become a queen. So for all of you, we at Fempreneur Secrets have a free 5-day goal setting challenge where we want to encourage you to build goals that are purposeful and that can align you straight to where you want to take your business forward. So I dropped the links as well in the comments later and also in the replay version. So with that, Murshidah, do you have any last words you want to share with everyone that's watching?
Yeah, I would love to say, come on, everybody, ladies, come and join that 5-day goal setting challenge. I think that is a good way for you to step up and be queen at the same time. And also, let's get out of being disempowered to being queen and full of empowerment, and make changes in the world that you see that could improve. Yeah.
All right, lovely. So everyone who's watching, keep learning and keep believing in yourself, because the world needs an inspiration just like you. And I hope to see you again in the next series of Fearless Fempreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.